So, what's your name?
My name is Paul James Spooner.
Lovely. And Paul, what do you make?
I make mechanical jokes.
And why do you make these jokes?
Because I'm completely unsuited to make anything else. Material.
How long have you been doing this, which you are unsuited to make anything
Well,
else?
I'm 67, so 67 years approximately.
And no one's told you to stop yet?
They beg me daily, but no. Nobody's succeeded in stopping me.
Good.
No.
And you've made a living doing this for most of those years?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, the early years, up till about 15, no. But
legacy.
My parents were subsidising me from then.
And here we are in your shop, and a lovely little shed, as you say. And your process is with sketches to begin with, and then you go from there.
Have an idea.
Yeah.
Draw it.
Yeah.
Make it. Find it doesn't work. Move on.
And are people commissioning work directly?
Yeah, it's a mixture of things. I've recently had a couple of commissions coming my way, and that can be good, and that can be a real pain in the neck.
Yeah. What's the good part about it?
I don't want people asking. I don't want people telling me what to do, really, because they get. If they have a crap idea, then they'll get a crap thing.
But it seems like a lot of your ideas are one-liners, are funny stories, and and then you create the narrative bit on it.
I think that I have a very short attention span, and I need to know if something's succeeded. So if somebody laughs at something, it's better than them stroking their chins for a fortnight to work out what it's all about. So I prefer the instant gratification for me. Is people laughing or being mildly terrorised.
Yeah. And do you feel like there's a difference between art and craft, and what you do is? I see what you do as fine art.
Yeah, I think that's part of that's one of the funny aspects of the whole thing. I've decided I don't have an opinion on that. No. There are too many ifs and buts.
Yeah. What kind of art do you like?
I like art that's witty, and strangely, I like art that didn't take very long. I love Picasso's work. Obviously, I mean, you'd have to be kind of weird not to. But I like Goya, for instance, because I like the way something can flow out of a person in a way that it doesn't out of me. It's kind of laboured with me. But I've sometimes tried to create the impression of having made something quickly and easily, but it's usually fairly agonising.
Yeah. What about contemporary crafts like chair designers, and do
I don't understand why you need new chairs. No, I don't get that at all. I know that's the challenge, isn't it?
Right.
If you're going to be a designer, you've got to create a new chair.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've got chairs. I can sit on a rock if necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not very kindly, but
yeah,
I do kind of feel that. Yeah.
And as far as the marketing of your work, how do you get people to find you? And
well, it has been a complete accident, my career. I mean, if Sue Jackson hadn't started the shop down in the High Street in Falmouth, I would probably be doing something else. I'd imagine. I mean, I've always wanted to make things, but before Cabaret came along, I was a lorry driver, and I did other stuff.
Yeah.
Lumberjack and deep sea diver and things. But
Very
I
natural.
don't need to do that now.
That's good.
No.
Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you and your work, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Aaron. It's very, very nice to have you here.
Thank you.
The compartments. There was a bit here that had animals ringing church bells, and then they were linked to this organ, and there was a little sort of organ with only 8 notes, I think it had in it, that related to the church bells, and that played a sort of horrible tune. And there's something else about and then this was the lid. and in front here of all the animals ringing the church bells, there was a little lamb which has a hinged front to it, and it opens its thing, opens the front, and there's a little beating heart inside there. So it's all about sort of
a
sacrifice.
bleating heart
Beating,
or a
no.
beating?
Stop doing the jokes.
I'll do the jokes here.
But this is the book. You have to. It's got a bellows in it, so it's really, and it's quite leaky because it's been buggered up. But the butcher appears like this, you see, and stands and waves his grapple at you. This is a special instrument used by medieval demons for sort of raking over the boiling bodies and the burning
that's cheerful.
people.
That's super cheerful.
Happy.
Somebody's got to do it. But you see the monobrow here. But he's got these he's slightly demonic. You see he's got cloven hooves as well.
And so he only stays up as long as the bellows is
He'll
inflated,
go down
and
now.
then he slowly
But
deflates.
our little lad used to really be terrified by this, but now I can't crank it often enough. It goes in. Well, what it used to do, you wound it up,
Right.
and then you pulled this, and that made it work. And what happens is that the girl gets up. Oh no, she speaks first. She's got a little sort of working mouth.
Right,
I'm not sure. There's a bit there that makes her mouth work.
Her lips gone
So
down, right?
she's talking to the boy. She says to the boy, obviously because he's an idiot, she's
Yeah.
dumping him. So she speaks, and then she stands up, as if to get away. And he is held together by these bits of string.
Yeah.
And he sits there and thinks about it for a moment, and then he suddenly just completely falls
just
to
falls to
pieces.
bits, right.
Yeah. So he's all of these strings are just pulling him together, but he just collapses in a pile of bits on the floor. But then he shouldn't have dressed as a Boy Scout, should he? Mummifier.
Yeah.
Peeping Tom. I think that's a spanking badge there, isn't it? It looks like somebody's whacking somebody. I don't know what the glass is.
Probably drinking.
Drinkers, yeah. Well, I don't know what that one is either. That one looks like a little card. Oh, pushing a car, is he? I can't quite see
Pushing
it. My
a pram.
eyes. No, it is a car. It's a Morris Minor by the looks of it, but I'm not
Nice.
sure what he's doing with it. Oh, is it polluter? I think that's smoke coming out the back of his old. It's like a shop around here, a shop full of rubbish.
No. I like how she looks around.
I'm just gonna keep getting. And you keep going.
Toggle. It's a toggle, like a light switch. It's got two positions. I tend nowadays to give her elephants for her birthday, and actually it's her birthday coming up, so I'm just busy on an elephant.
I noticed some elephants.
There's a few. I do elephants quite a lot now.
And these were all for her birthday.
Either that or they don't work, or some. That's a very very old one.
That's the old
from a
one,
long
yes,
time ago.
yeah.
That's the prototype of that.
Nice.
It's so old it's even titled in Latin. No, so some are prototypes. This one never. This is a prototype because when I used to work with Matt Smith, I used to make a prototype and I couldn't even be bothered to finish it, and he would finish it for me. And he's not actually even finished this one, so it's kind of not working at all. But it's called Being Followed, and the idea was that you've got a fox hiking along happily, walking along like this, and there's another one walking along behind it, and then the front one stops and looks round, and the back one then stops and pretends that he's not following him, and then it goes on again. But we've never sort of adjusted that so it works properly. In fact, I don't think he's full of there. A couple of armfullers. I've got some things.
Or is it still just as
It
prime?
completely collapses, of course. Yeah. That you end up wishing you'd never been born. Never mind, never thought of the bloody thing.
Yeah.
Sausage.
Oh, these are good sausages.
There's a cat sausage here,
Uh-huh.
and I think there are various kinds of sausages. Anyway, there's every kind of sausage I could
Yeah.
think of.
Oh, wow.
That smells like sausage.
They've got udders. I think it's a cow sausage.
Utterly.
Don't ask around here.
Utterly funny.
Spotty
Yeah,
ones.
I think that's a Colombian sausage, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's from your part of the world. But, that's it. No, I've made 3 lots of robots, starting with this robot, who is just completely unreconstructed, sort of male chauvinist robot.
Right.
And he shakes this woman. He's just relentless.